You've been training your punch for months, maybe years, and it still doesn't feel like a weapon. Here's what's going to bother you. It's not your strength or your size. Somewhere between your foot and your fist, your power is leaking out before it ever hits the target. And it's one specific spot. Most fighters never find it. Once you do, you don't add power. You stop losing the power you already have. You already know the basics. Rotate your hips, turn your shoulder, snap the punch. You've heard it 100 times. But here's the catch. It only works if your body parts arrive in the right order. And most fighters get the order wrong without ever knowing it. Your power doesn't start in your fist. It starts in the floor, back foot, hip, shoulder, then fist. Like a whip cracking. The leak happens when your fist arrives too early. Your arm fires before your hip has finished turning, so you're throwing a punch with your arm alone while your hips are still catching up behind it. That's why it feels like you're pulling your punches even when you're trying to throw everything you have. Think of your body like a whip. A whip doesn't get its snap from the handle being strong. It gets it from the energy traveling down the cord, gathering speed, until it explodes at the tip. Your punch works the same way. The floor is the handle. Your fist is the tip. If the energy arrives at the tip too early, before the whip is finished uncurling, the crack never happens. You just get a soft flick. This is why bigger muscles don't automatically mean a bigger punch. You can be strong and still leak power, because strength doesn't fix timing. A smaller fighter who sequences correctly can out-hit a bigger fighter who doesn't. Your brain does this on its own, mostly without you noticing. It learned an old timing pattern early in your training, back when you were just trying to make contact, not create force. That pattern stuck, and it's been quietly capping your power ever since. Don't force your hip to wait, and don't twist past what feels natural. Just rebuild the order, and that's exactly what we're doing next. Here's the part almost nobody trains correctly. It's not your hip. It's not your shoulder. It's the half second between them, and that's where your power disappears. Here's exactly what to do to fix it. Start in slow motion, half speed. No power at all. Throw a single straight punch, but pause the moment your back foot leaves the ground. Feel your hip start turning first. Only let your fist begin moving after your hip is already in motion. Demonstrate technique here. Here's your check. Right before your fist lands, your hip should already feel finished turning, not still turning. If your hip is still moving when your fist arrives, you're leaking. If it's done and your fist is just arriving, that's the whip cracking. If it feels flat or weak at any speed, slow back down and repeat. Do this for 5 minutes before every session. Slow first, then building speed, until the order becomes automatic. This isn't the part that feels like training hard. It's the part that actually works. Picture the next time you spar someone bigger, someone stronger, someone who's supposed to have the advantage. You throw the same punch you've always thrown, but this time, it doesn't feel like your punch. It feels heavier, sharper. It lands before they even see it coming, because for the first time, nothing is leaking on the way there. It's the kind of punch that makes people ask if you're even allowed to hit that hard. That's the difference between a fighter who hits hard and a fighter who hits clean. Hard is temperament, clean is mechanics. And mechanics hold up longer than raw aggression does when you get tired, nervous, or thrown into a fight you didn't expect to be in. This isn't something you master in a day, but the more you groove it, the more automatic it becomes. And the moment people stop underestimating you isn't the moment you get bigger. It's the moment your punch stops leaking and starts landing exactly the way it was always meant to. Somewhere out there is the version of you who never leaks power again, the one whose punch finally matches how hard he trains. He's not stronger. He's not bigger. He's just not leaking anymore. If you want to build that version of yourself, start the drill tonight, 5 minutes, before you ever throw a real punch again.